Hi everybody, welcome to another one of my videos. I'm Ultima1125 and this is Unjust Gospel Part 3. I hope you guys are all enjoying my videos and I hope you guys are all staying safe from the coronavirus epidemic going on right now. I hope you guys are all at home, all safe, making sure you guys are washing your hands. And without further ado, let's start Part 3 of Unjust Gospel. As I felt myself falling into darkness, I felt myself suffocating from my chest, tightening from multiple emotions, even though they didn't feel like they were mine. I desperately started to swim up from the darkness, hoping that I would see the light, but only felt myself sinking deeper. As I sank deeper, I hear different voices, all either screaming in rage, sorrow, pain, or fear. Each voice talked over the other, making it difficult knowing whose was who. I started to feel overwhelmed by all the voices and the emotions, till suddenly I see a light shining down, and the next thing I realized I was in my bed. Jumping up from my bed, I checked myself for any signs from the fight, but found nothing. "Are you okay?" I heard God ask. What happened?" "You were unconscious after your fight." "What happened?" I said, suddenly hearing the voices screaming in my head again, following with a mix of the emotions. "Josh?" I curled up on my bed, covering my ears as I tried to silence the voices. "What's going on?" I asked. "Josh, can you hear me?" God said, placing her hand on my head. Barely able to hear God calling out to me, I feel the voices and the emotions growing stronger, till I suddenly felt something rising inside. I jump out of bed, pushing God aside as I make it to my trash can, and started vomiting. "It's okay. You can get through this," God said, patting my back. "What's going on with me? Why is this happening?" I asked, finally getting some breather. "It's your powers." I look over to God, seeing her worried eyes staring directly towards me, making me feel horrible inside. "Where's Satan?" I asked, breaking eye contact with her. "He's out right now, but he'll be back soon," God said. The moment God said that, Satan enters through the door, waving his arm up high with a bouquet of flowers in hand. "Good morning, honey," Satan said happily. "Speak of the literal devil," I mumbled to myself. "I see that you're finally awake. Thank my loving wife for that," Satan said. "What's going on with me? Who are these voices I'm hearing right now, and why am I feeling like Makes sense you are going through that right now since your body just went through a big transformation," Satan said, sitting in an empty chair. "Right, I turned into a half-demon." "Well, technically you already were one, it's just now showing more clearly now." I look over to Satan, rushing to him with desperation in my eyes. "Then there's no time to lose then. I need you to remove the power out of me right now." Satan fell silent in confusion for a while. "I'm sorry, run that by me again." "I need you to remove the power out of me so I can be a normal person again," I said. Satan and God both looked at me as if I was a crazy person on the street trying to convince everyone of something that isn't real. "What?" "Please tell me you want to be normal because there's a girl you like?" Excuse me?" "I'm sorry, but that's just way too weird for someone to want to get rid of, you know, the literal God's power that can literally overpower anything that gets shot at you." "Look, I don't know, nor do I care why this is all happening. I just need you to get rid of this power as soon as possible." "But is it for a girl?" "Why should that be of any concern in this matter?" "'Cause there's only two types of people in existence that would request the same thing you are asking me. One would be a retarded person and the other is someone who's in love. So please tell me you are in love with someone." "No, I'm not, and I'm not retarded either. I just have something I need to see through till the end, and having this power will bring nothing but trouble for me. Satan looks over to God in confusion from my reply, and God looked over to me, placing her hand on my shoulder. Are you sure it's not love that you are feeling? God asked. Oh my... Is it really that important for you guys to know? I asked. Yes, very much. My curiosity is killing me, Satan said. Can we please focus on helping me get rid of the power instead of wondering if I'm in love or not? I said. Well, that's the problem. We can't, God said. Wait. Why? It's because the power that you have is what they say, the next generation of powers, Satan said. So, aren't you guys gods of literally of all creation? I asked. Yes, but your power is stronger than even I am, and because of that, I can't remove it. Okay, stop bullshitting and just get rid of it. I wish I was, but we can't do anything. You're gonna have to learn to live with it. I don't want to live with it if it's going to eat away my humanity. Satan looks at me, wondering to himself what I just said, also seeing God looking at me, looking concerned. Where did you hear that? From a mysterious figure that I talked with while I was unconscious. So, your literal inner demon? Why? Is that weird? Just unexpected, God said. Satan stood up from his chair and kneels in front of me, looking at me as if I was sick. Well, whoever you heard it from, we will help you get through this, okay? All I want is for you guys to get the power out of me. We'll look into it if there's a way. But until then, I would try to live with it. And who knows, you might like having the power in the end, God said. Doubt it, considering the trouble it already brought to me, I said, remembering the fight. But that's where it'll be different for you, Satan said. Why is that? You got some kind of idea that'll help? I asked. Yes, for you have a super cool, handsome, brilliant, and the one and only Satan to teach you. I'm afraid to even imagine what you have in mind. Listen, right now you have finally used your powers for the first time, but now you are like a running water without anything to stop it. So you need to learn to control that if you want to live with the love of your life. Oh yeah, sure, let me just learn to control the power as it eats away my humanity, and everyone that I know will forget that I even lived in their lives. That'll go so well. Don't worry, it'll all turn out fine in the end. I really can't. Satan turns back to the chair, and the moment Satan reaches to the chair, he turns around, suddenly wearing a lab coat and stereotypical nerd glasses, pulling down a whiteboard. Now, before we start teaching you how to use your powers, we gotta start from the beginning, Satan said. Uh-huh, I said, wondering where his outfit and the whiteboard came from. So, as you know, we are gods that created everything. And with that knowledge, it's simple to say that you inherited the next generation of our powers. Satan began to explain, showing a horrible drawing of me and the earth. And with that power, you have to understand what is okay and what isn't okay for you to use your powers to avoid any damage to the system. God follows with Satan wearing the same outfit he was wearing. System? I asked. Yes, the system we created to make not only your world, but others, Yes, the system that we created to make not only your world, but other worlds. It's literally the center of all the world's reality, Satan said. Others? I said. Each of them was created with some different styles though, just to see how far they reach. Your world, we made it simple to see how far it went, and to our surprise, it made it far, Satan continues his lecture. And each other world that was made from the system runs on simple cycles, which is birth, life, and death, God said, changing the picture. Each of them works like gears that work with one another, and it's our job to make sure no one tries to destroy it, or at the least stop it. For if they do succeed in that, then the entire reality will cease to exist, leaving nothing, Satan said. And to recreate the same exact world is, you can say, near impossible, since the way people live can always change differently from how you want it, God said. You keeping up right now, Josh? 'Cause it's up to you to remember all this, Satan said, suddenly putting a middle stick toward me. I said, quietly trying to silence the voices in my head while trying to listen to Satan God explain to me. Anyway, your power originates from me, and the source of power is actually straightforward, Satan said. Gonna guess it's related to the screaming voices in my head and all these emotions that I'm feeling, I asked. Why, yes, for the source of your power is the sins of every living creature in every reality. Or in other words, you are shouldering the sins of every creature in every reality and turning that into power, Satan said. Oh, that's great. Oh, I almost forgot, God said, picking up my glasses. I said, wondering what she was doing with them. Oh, you already finished it? Satan said. Here you go, Josh. This will help you in the future, God said, handing me my glasses. What do you mean? I said, putting my glasses on. I made them so it'll help you with your problems, God said. As I put my glasses on, the voices suddenly went silent and the emotions all vanished. Huh. That's actually helpful, I said. Glad to help. Now then, to explain how your powers work with this system, Satan said. Okay, I said, paying close attention. So, right now, you understand that you are shouldering not only your world's sins, but other worlds, right? Yes, and it's making me want to get rid of this power even more, I replied. Well, that's good for you to know, but don't worry, you can visit them whenever you want to when you control your powers. But aside from that, your powers have no relationship with the system that we made, Satan explains. No relation? Isn't this power from your bloodline? How does it not have any relation? I asked. Let me rephrase that. You yourself have no relation with the system now. I'm not following. It means that you won't die anymore, and you will live with us forever, however long you want things to exist. I fell silent, unable to find the words that I wanted to say to Satan as he continues his lecture. But that doesn't mean you are free to do whatever you want to do. Oh, so there's restrictions. Well, yeah, but to put it simple, you are free to do whatever you want to do as long as it's not destroying the system. But the system isn't going to stay quiet if you make drastic changes. Meaning, if you decide to change the environment, then you don't decide to reverse back, the system will either adapt to that change or will eventually make it disappear over time, like getting over a cold. So what you are saying is that the system is aware of its own world and will keep everything normal as it was made to do so as long as it follows the cycle that you made it around. Yep, that's pretty much it. Your system sounds more like a computer program more than gears of how it works. Hey, whichever helps you understand it better. Satan turns the whiteboard around, showing 2 columns with a list of things written out on one side and only one thing on the other side. So pretty much there's only one thing that can affect the system, and it's this, Satan said, pointing to the only one thing left alone on the side. Do not end or extend a life? I read aloud. Yes, Satan said. Why? Well, if you've been paying attention, everything that is created in this reality was from the system that we made, and that system works with the 3 cycle, birth, life, and death. Technically there's a 4th, but it kind of counts with the 1st, so that's why there's only 3. But aside from that, the death and birth are the 2 important key parts in the cycle that should never be tampered with. What happens? Well, you see, the system will see that one person who was supposed to be dead at that time suddenly has extra time, resulting in maybe delaying, maybe having to end a newborn life early, just to replace that extended life. But because you force the system to take that kind of measure, it kind of interferes with its cycle, and it will start trying to correct it by targeting that one that was saved, and will try to end their life, whether it takes others with that target or not. So what you're saying is, no matter what I do, I can't save anyone's life, because I can actually tamper with the system, and tampering it can cause the reality to disappear. Is that correct? Kind of in the right general direction. It's more complicated than it is, but that's a good summary. So what will happen if I try to get rid of the problem without doing it to the person directly? Like, say, get rid of a disease that is killing them. You know that still counts as extending someone's life. I fell silent, fixing my glasses, sighing out heavily, trying to memorize Satan's lecture. So, with that explanation you have told me, I'm pretty much a threat to the system due to me not knowing how to control my powers. Am I right? I asked. Yeah, but don't worry, cause if you do it just right, you may not have to lose your humanity, Satan said. Wait, what do you mean? Well, you see, there are other demons who were once human, but instead of getting rid of the human side... Sorry. Well, you see, there are other demons who were once human, but instead of getting rid of the demon power, they actually learned to control it, and somehow managed to keep their humanity in check. Seriously? Yes, and not just this reality. Other demons in other reality went through the same thing and managed to keep their humanity. Which means if you manage to learn to control the demonic power within you, you can save your humanity from disappearing. Okay, but how will you know that I will make it in time to save my humanity? We'll see when it happens. I laid on my bed, feeling dumbfounded from what Satan just said to me, feeling as if I should even trust him with anything. It can't get any worse from here, I mumbled to myself. By the way, Josh, don't you have school today? God asked. What do you mean? It's Sunday. No, today's Monday, Josh. What? I pick up my phone and look at the time, seeing it was close to 10 in the morning, and noticed the day was Monday and not Sunday. I suddenly felt my heart racing as I realized that I am late to school, and I missed meeting with Amelia yesterday. Josh, you okay? God asked. Why didn't you tell me it was Monday today? You didn't ask, Satan replies. Just at least let me know what today is, as I quickly getting my school supplies together. Don't worry, no one even knows you're missing right now, Satan said, placing his hand on my shoulder. What do you mean? have a shapeshifter go as you right now, so you can just relax all day from school right now. Does the shapeshifter know my personality and habits? Nope. All I just told him was to wing it. I stared at Satan with his smile across his face, as I couldn't even find any words to describe how irresponsible he's being right now. What? I thought you guys watch over everyone. Oh, yeah, sure. Let us watch one out of infinite living people in every reality just to get to know them better. We definitely can do that. I'm heading to school right now before anything else happens. Alright, but just remember what we just told you today. Trust me, I wish I couldn't. I quickly headed out of my house and started heading to my school before realizing I didn't have a ride to get there. But before I turn around to head back inside, I hear a car honking at me. I look over to find Satan waving towards me inside a very expensive looking sports car. Hey Josh, you need a ride? Satan asked. I felt hesitant to go with Satan, but I couldn't think too much on it and rushed to the car. Alright, let's go, Satan said as I got in. The car suddenly started doing donuts before speeding down the road. I held onto anything that I could from the sharp turns that car was making as it drifts every turn, seeing Satan unfazed from it. Oh, by the way, Josh, one more thing I have to mention to you, Satan said. What? I said, holding for my life. You probably haven't realized, but those glasses didn't nullify you feeling the sins of others, just shorten it so you can only feel them when they are in about a 70-foot radius from you. And what was it before? The entire reality, Satan said, sipping some tea. The car suddenly stopped as I smashed my face onto the dash of the car. Okay, we're here. You go have fun at school and I'll pick you up after school, Satan said, pushing me out of the car. Wait, what about the shapeshifter? I said. Don't worry, I already texted him to bail out, so you'll be fine, Satan says as he drives away. I watch as I see him drift the car around the corner, hearing the screeching of the tires fade away. Without a second thought, I quickly rushed into the school, keeping watch for anybody around as I went in. The moment I entered the school, the bell rang and all the students left the classrooms. The moment I saw everyone exit out of the classroom, I remembered about what Satan told me before. Before I could turn around to avoid it, I was already surrounded by all the students and all their negative emotions and thoughts emerges within me. I struggled to fight through the emotions as I ended up on the wall leaning onto it to help me as I started to feel nauseous. Struggling to keep myself from vomiting again, I suddenly hear a familiar voice from among the voices, before feeling someone tapping onto my shoulder, and look over to find Amelia standing behind me. Josh? Is everything okay? So I'm going to end this part of Unjust Gospel here. I hope you guys are all enjoying the story so far, and I hope you guys are all doing alright from the epidemic that is going on. So please make sure you guys all stay indoors. Make sure you guys wash your hands on a regular basis. Keep 6-foot distance from other people, so that way we can prevent this infection from actually spreading. I hope you guys all are doing well. I'll see you guys. Thank you guys all for watching. I'll see you guys all when I see ya. Thank you for watching.